All right, there we go. We are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics. And I already see people are in the chat communicating with each other. That is always a good sign. So before I start, and to give a couple of people a chance to climb on board, I want to say hello to T80. Welcome, Harvey. Always a pleasure, even though you can't hear this until you get to read the closed captions later. Always appreciate you being here. Robin Galvin, welcome. Thank you for the kind words. Let's see. We got the Doggy Lover. Always good to see you. And let me see. Rob Montana's here. And all right, we got Bobby. We got Tigger. We got John. We got Huff House. We got a bunch of people here. Welcome. Celebrities are here like John Wayne. Always appreciate you guys showing up. I'm going to put something in the live chat right now so you can see this, because we are not only doing the choose, or you get to choose a key or a dud, which means if you are on the live chat, you will be able to participate. If you're not watching this live, you will not be able to participate, or at least, at the very least, the boxes will have already been opened by the time you see it, but I always appreciate you anyway, and hopefully this will inspire you to come and watch these live, because I'm going to be doing a little bit of a giveaway, because one of my subscribers was kind enough to give me a bunch of comic book related posters. So what I'm going to do is, if you vote at the end, if you can avoid, because there's going to be 3 sections, if you can avoid hitting the dud for all 3 times, one of the people in the chat that voted, and you can only vote once per section, I will pick one of you randomly, and I will mail out one of the posters. Ray is here. Welcome. Florence, always a pleasure to see you. Tigger is here. Welcome. So this is the way it's going to go is, you have to be a subscriber to qualify to win. You can only vote once per section, so there'll be 3 different groups, so you can vote 1 time per. You have to be, like I said, a subscriber. You have to like and share this video. And that's it. Doesn't matter where around the world you are. I will pay for the postage and mail it out to you. If you have a preference of a male character or a female character on the posters, let me know. I want to make it a surprise besides that. So you will have 3 different choices. So hopefully when you're getting here live, you will be able to vote, talk amongst yourselves, and then at the end, I will also do a surprise subscriber shout out. So I always do that. That one, you don't have to be a subscriber, but we always hope you do. So if you have yet to hit the subscribe button, please do. If you have yet to hit the like button, if you want to enter in the contest that I'm doing, please make sure you do that. And don't forget, you got to like the video. I'm sorry, share the video. So with that being said, I will say before I start that the last 2 times I did this, I got yous both times to pick the duds. So I'm in your head. So Mark, you haven't missed anything. I'm just about to start. I'm going to recap, and then I'm going to do it really quick, because you're going to have 3 different sections. You can only vote once. If you all pick if you don't pick the duds on all 3 tries, I will randomly pick one of the people who voted to win one of the posters. So again, you have to be subscribed to my channel. You have to like and share the video, and you can only vote once. So if you vote more than once, you will be disqualified. So with that being said, let's go through the first group of 3. So the way this works, if you've never done this before, I have 3 different packages that I'm going to show you. One is a key issue, one is not bad, but the third is a dud. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean number 3 is the dud, but there is a dud in there. So if you can avoid the dud all 3 times, I will randomly pick a person to win one of the posters. So if you guys are ready, here we go. So let's start with box number 1. As you can see, there is a lot of tape on this one. I'll show you this side so you can see there is a lot of tape for some reason. Why they put it all over here, I don't know. But looks to be in very good shape. So, of course, these could be variants. These could be key issues, or this could be a dud. If you think this is the dud, you will want to avoid this one. But if you think it's not, that is box number 1. All right. Box number 2 is a little bit smaller of a box. And you can see there's a lot of tape on this one. So it seems like people are really going crazy with wanting to tape these books. But you can see here there's a little bit of a bulge, a little bit of a dent. But overall, it looks the same thing here. It's kind of bulging out a little bit. So overall, looks pretty decent. So if you think the dud is not in here, pick number 2. All right, and last but not least, this one, they were kind enough... Is that upside down? Yes, okay. They were kind enough to write "Do Not Bend," which you guys know I always love so much. I was able to rip the sticker off this one. So even on the front, they were kind enough to write "Do Not Bend." So this seems to be a comic, and as you can see, it is sealed, so it's taped. But it doesn't look like there's any damage, which you guys know I always love when it comes to these envelopes that they love to mail me. So you have seen the first 3. You pick now, and let's see what you guys choose. So prepare to only vote once, and then we'll pick the winner in a few minutes. So there we go. So Laura says, new subscriber, welcome. Sweet for you. Always good to see everybody. Steven, Gregory. All right, so here we go. All right, so everybody's going with number 1 so far. Laura says lucky number 3. All right, so you guys, as usual, you're all over the place. So it looks fairly even so far. 1 is in the lead. So BPRD's late, but we just really starting, so... Yeah, and don't forget, talk amongst yourselves if you're not sure. The more you communicate, the better you can blame somebody else. But remember, once you voted, you can't vote again. So it looks like 1 and 3 are going to be the choices. So I'll tell you right now, you may not want to vote for number 2 because not a lot of people have voted for it. And it doesn't look like it's going to have a chance. So I would recommend picking 1 or 3 at this point. All right, so people are saying to pick 3. All right. Well, there's certain ones I can't show the front because it has a lot of the personal information on it. So to protect also sellers or whatever was the box, I want to make sure that stays protected. So Bobby voted for 2, even though I said 2 has no chance. Unless all of a sudden there's a storm of 2s. All right, so 1 and 3 are almost neck and neck, so I'm going to take 3 more votes. And if you have not voted yet, I would recommend either 1 or 3. So we'll do 3 more. Okay, so Dave says 1. Jerry says 2, even though I told you 2 has no chance. All right, so 1 it is. All right, so 1 wins by a healthy margin by about 3 votes. So, you did not pick 3, the envelope. People were scared of that, but they were more scared about this one. So let's see what you guys chose. And of course, I always open these live so we can share in the experience. So there's going to be 2 more times. And remember, there is a contest tonight. If you can avoid the dud on all 3... one of you will be randomly selected to win one of the comic book posters that one of my wonderful subscribers was kind enough to donate. Just make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button, and you are subscribed. You will have to prove to me that you have been subscribed. So even if you subscribe right now, please make sure you do so. All right, so... All right, they tape this down, which you guys know I always love when they do that. Now, is this a comic dud? Or are these regular comics? Because there's more than one. So that could backfire on you. But we'll find out in about a half hour when I cut off all the tape. I don't know why. I mean, I understand why people do it, but there's such an easier way. All right, so here we go. This is what you chose for round number 1. So round number 1, we have Iron Fist issue number 14. And I'll put the light on, which is the first appearance of Sabretooth. As you can see, this is a lower grade This one's been beat up a little bit, so this is probably a 2.0 to a 2.5. But there was a second one that came along with it, and as you can see, a much nicer copy of Iron Fist issue number 14, which of course, again, is the first appearance of Sabretooth. This is a book I highly recommend that you get, because especially with the X-Men eventually getting into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, especially if they do a Wolverine one, I mean, in my opinion, to be a no-brainer to add Sabretooth eventually to the long list of villains. I loved the first version of Sabretooth in the original X-Men movie. Second one, not bad. So that box contained a, let's take a look at this. I would say it definitely has some wrinkles, so a pressing would help. I'd probably say about a 5.5 to a 6.0, and this one's probably about a 2.0 to a 2.5. But I paid a total of $92.49 a piece for these books, so roughly about roughly about $185 altogether. This one alone would be about worth that price, so it's almost like they threw that in. So you did avoid the dud for the first one, so congratulations on that. 2 more to go. All right, so let's get into the next one. So again, this is for if you avoid all 3 duds, I will pick one of the subscribers to win a free poster. You do have to be subscribed, you do have to hit the like button, and you do have to share this video. So please make sure you can prove that you've done those things. All right, so the first one is a big box, as you can see, nice and thick. Taped very well. You can see there's very minimal damage. I mean, you can see here there's a little bit of a scrunching, but that's all right. So this could be a graded book or several books. So you'll have to decide if number 1 is your bet to go. All right, number 2, again, is another type of envelope, and as you can see, they were, again, nice enough. This time, not only did they write "Do Not Bend," they wrote the word "Fragilly." And it looks like this one is in very good shape. It looks like this book, well, this package, well, the book might be safe. So if you want to check out what's number 2, you'll have to pick that one. And then box number 3 is, again, a larger box. So again, this could be a graded book or just a very well-protected book. But it looks like the box is in decent shape all around. And you could see here, there's a lot of tape going on. So if you think it's number 3, you could choose now. So, all right, so people are starting to vote. Don't vote until I tell you to, otherwise I might miss them out. All right, so let's see what we got here. So give me a second before anybody else votes, because there's a lot of votes already, and I got to make sure I write these down. All right, okay, so go ahead. Start from here. Start voting. All right, so keep in mind, don't vote until I tell you to, so this way I don't end up missing any. I want to make sure I count every one. All right, so here we go. So this one might be a little bit more difficult because of the fact that there are very similar boxes here. All right, looking pretty even. All 3 are pretty close at this point. So that means I got you not sure on where to go. Okay. We'll take a couple of more votes. Oh, you guys are all over the place on this one. All right, so we'll do 3 more votes. All right, that's it. All right, so the first one wins out by 1 vote. Actually, by 2 votes. So you picked box number 1. So you guys are staying away from the envelopes today because you're assuming that that is a dud. And you went with the bigger box because some of you may want to see if there is a graded book. So we're going to find out what your choice is. And even if you don't win, or even if you're not the person selected, I hope I will have earned your subscription and the thumbs up, because I always appreciate the support. Yeah, that's interesting. All right, so what did you guys pick? You picked a Mogwai. So this time I got you on the second one. So this is a 7.5 Gizmo. Not graded at this point. So Dave says, oops. But hey, you know, my wife was wondering where this was for a while, and I put it in a box early enough. All right, so I got you guys on the second one, but you still have one more to go. So you guys got the dud. So now we are even. So that means you guys won the first one, because you did pick the key issue. I got you on the second. Let's see what happens with the third. And remember, like they say, you guys should talk about it, because that one, it was pretty even. All three were pretty darn close, which means you weren't sure. So the more you talk, the better chances of communicating the right choice. So we have one more group. So here we go. All right, I want to make sure I'm not showing any addresses. All right, so here we have a longer type of box, as you could see from eBay. Yes, you can. I want to make sure the tape went all the way around. There's some scrunches on the top and everything. There's scrunches on the bottom. Typical UPS delivery system. And as you could see here, so the tape goes all the way around for the eBay. And if you think there's a comic in there, that's number one. And remember, don't vote until I show all three boxes and tell you to go. All right, number two. Just like one of the others, this one has a tremendous amount of tape on it. So either this was retaped, or this was one that was securely packaged, which, you know, I always appreciate. But it doesn't look like there's any damage on here. And obviously this wouldn't be a graded book. But if you think the comic's in here, pick number two. And last but not least, we have dun, 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 a humongous box. Now again, this could be a graded book. These could be some CGCs or PGX graded books. Who knows? Could be a couple of different comics. Could be a comic run. Or it could be a dud. So if you think the dud is in there, don't pick number three. All right, so you have seen the choices. This is the chance to take your votes starting now. What you should do is when you're talking amongst yourselves, type out the number. Just say like 1, spell out 1. So if I see the number 1, I'll assume you voted for 1. So if you want to talk amongst yourselves, just say, do I pick number 2 and put TWO. So this way I know. All right, a lot of people are voting on this one. 2, sir. I like that. Very professional. All right, so again, it's looking all over the place. People are not sure. All right, keep voting. 3s look like 3 is in the lead, so you guys are thinking that big box has no chance of having a dud in it, because why would I put it in a big box where there's plenty of room to put different things? All right, so at this point, I'll take 5 more. 2 has no chance at this point, so either pick 1 or 3. Jake says, guys, Chris wouldn't make 1 a dud twice. I guess you'll have to find out, but right now, 2... Well, don't pick... Well, somebody picked 2, which has no chance at this point. All right, 3. Okay. Let me see what the next one... Okay, so, this is what we're going to do. No more votes. Right now, it is an even tie with 1 and 3. So, again, if you have not voted yet, you guys can vote. Do not vote for number 2 because it's a wasted one. 2 cannot win. So talk amongst yourselves. Spell out the number first. to try and convince people what to choose, and then one person will make the deciding vote by writing the number either 1 or 3. So if you spell it out, that's talking amongst yourselves. So the last vote will be the deciding factor of either box number 1 or box number 3. So if you spell it out, that's not considered a vote. Bobby, make sure you spell it out. All right, so a couple of people said 1, so 1 will be the winner. All right, so let's see what you guys pick. So you guys did not pick number 2. That was the least voted, and I will tell you right off the bat that that one was the key issue. So it'll be down to either a dud or a not bad comic. So this is the one you almost picked, but I think people were afraid of that when I said, you know, bigger boxes, I can hide better duds. So you're going with the safer bet with the eBay logo. So let's see if I was able to trick you or you guys are starting to catch on to the way I'm trying to deceive you. We'll find out momentarily after these messages. And guys, don't forget to check some of my other videos. I've been getting a lot less views lately. It's gone down pretty decently. So hopefully people are hitting the notification button so you'll be able to know I do videos. Because remember, I do videos almost 3 or 4 times a week. So if you don't see a video within 3 days, come here and check and see. All right, so here you go. You guys ready? What you guys picked for box number 1 is an empty box of Kraft Singles American cheese with no cheese in it. So we've already eaten the cheese, but you guys picked the Kraft Singles. So I got you 2 out of 3. The big box, I will tell you, was actually a graded book, but I got you 2 out of 3 times today. So unfortunately, you guys did not pick all 3 of the key issues, or the regulars would have also sufficed. But I will pick today's surprise subscriber shout out. And from now on, as long as I have those posters, we're going to do this contest every time. One of the things I highly recommend, talk amongst yourselves. But when there's no communication, I see it they're all over the place. So I'm able to trick you with that, because I'll show you this eBay sticker. And that's why I purposely hid this. But I did show it. When I pointed out the eBay tape was all the way around, notice there's a little shine. Because what I did was I closed it and retaped it. So don't assume that just because a package looks legit that you guys won't be able to pick it. And I also, when I said that little thing about box number 3 being easier to hide a dud, because obviously it's going to be harder to hide something really important in one of these smaller ones. So you guys haven't read me out yet. But you guys did very well, and I always appreciate that. So we are going to pick today's surprise subscriber shout-out. So there, you don't even have to be a surprise subscriber shout. You don't have to be a subscriber, but I always appreciate that you do. So the winner today will be, we're going to go with Rayman the Silencer Man. You, sir, are today's surprise subscriber shout-out. And if you find out about what happened to Punisher, let me know. I haven't heard from him in a while. So I hope you guys enjoy these. They're fun to do. So you guys picked. Let me show the things that you picked. First one, you guys started off well. You guys all chose the box that had the key issues, which is 2 copies of Iron Fist issue number 14. One about a 5.5 to a 6.0. The other one a little bit lower grade, probably about a 2 to 2.0. Then for the second one, you guys picked a lovely replica of Gizmo, not the real thing. And last but not least, for the third one, you guys chose Kraft Singles. So I guess an advertisement for Kraft Singles with nothing in it. So who knows? Maybe one time you might see this again, and inside there might be a comic. You never know. I got to make sure I keep myself tricking you guys, because it's fun to do. So even if we didn't pick a contest winner tonight, We'll do it again and again, so keep coming back. I will make sure I give plenty of notification to let people know about it. And remember, it's not you, it's not I, it's we love gremlins. Thanks for watching, everybody. Congratulations to our surprise subscriber shout-out. And I'll see you next video. So thank you very much for watching. And I hope you had as much fun as I did. Peace out, everybody. Talk amongst yourselves.